let's go. Yeah.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't left and they so mad, it's like
yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence.
yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up no stove top. Ice cold, no snow drop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract. Been running no contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Now boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence.
Man, it's too early in the morning for this shit. But let's get it.
Yeah. Ay, all of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swolio put nuts on they chin. Like Everest and K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents. Cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swolio put nuts on they chin. Like Everest and K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swolio put nuts on they chin. Like Everest and K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Go to the fucking gym.
Go to the fucking gym.
Stop saying that!
Go to the fucking gym.
Go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Emotional damage!
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 3044 of the Daily Mother Swole, the muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and yo-hos? It's your boy Papa Swolio, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you bees. Welcome to the show, everyone. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, leave a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Join the fam over at swolenormousx.com. We do have an overtime segment tomorrow, which is going to be fire. Wow. So make sure you are ready for that right after the public live stream. And today's Swole card from the woke Tessie, because Freddie has been ignoring... Well, she's going to lash out. She wants attention. Hashtag most people don't. Now, you can use this phrase and look at this card every time you think about something that you need to do that might be going against the grain. People might be pushing back in your circle, coworkers, friends, family. Shouldn't really be friends if they're pushing back on what you are doing to improve yourself. But with most things, most people don't, which is why most people are fat, lazy, and failures. So don't be average. Do the extra mile. Go the extra mile. Do what needs to be done because it's time to do it. Hashtag most people don't. Now let's get into that tip. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right, first Swole post.
What's in the box?
Of the day. And this is, whoa, holy fucking beard. We got another Freddy here. Hey, Freddy, you got Freddy? Yeah, Freddy and Freddy. All right, AC joint injury and sprain to the front left deltoid. Not fun, especially since gym strength is going to go backwards a bit. But I know the recovery process since I've helped clientele with it in my job, and I'll come back stronger and continue progressing towards a 100 kilogram DP. What is that? Double press? Deltoid press? What's a DP? Also, I noticed some streams are missing on Rumble. Did they get taken down? I cannot find 3037 live stream. Well, not every stream is a video stream. The weekend episodes are audio only, so subscribe on Spotify. And 3037 was 7 days ago, which means it was our roundtable. So that roundtable is available on Swole TV for members. So next week, not today, but next week will be our next roundtable. Michael says, "What's up, beaches?" Mike from Rhode Island, looking to break through some plateaus I've been stuck at, have tried other programs, had some progress, but keep getting stuck, looking to lose some fat and gain more muscle. Well, aren't we all? Welcome to the Swole fam, Michael. And Eddie says, focusing on the nutrition pillar. This is an accountability text from this weekend. We didn't cover it on Monday or Tuesday yet. Focusing on the nutrition pillar, I'm actually going to meal prep a little so I always have some healthy food around. That way hunger won't lead me to a quick bad decision. Let's fucking go. And that's the best way to avoid those issues if you need food. Okay, people that are looking for a snack, what do you eat as a snack on the go? I bring the food that I need to eat where I go. I'll put it in a Tupperware, a glass container, and I have a fork, and I eat in a different place than my home. It's not that complicated. You just bring the food that you need to eat with you. You can cut it up and easy to eat a steak or some ground beef or some beef patties or something like that, right? Some meat cookies. So bring what you need to bring where you need to bring it and store it in the form that would make it as easy as possible to consume it. It's that simple. So bring the food. If you need food when you're out or you fast and you eat when you get home, but bring the food and bring the resources and prepare in advance. That way you don't have the issue of falling off. Let's get into a couple email responses. Go to makeemailswoleagain.com if you are not on the email list. It's 100% free. Links down below, makeemailswoleagain.com. Let's get into a couple responses. The best time to work out. Aaron says, for me, it's always been the mornings. I have worked out in the evening and went to bed just fine, but like yourself, I enjoy front-loading the important things rather than back-loading. Hitting the gym or doing yoga in the morning helps to shape my day with getting my mind and body right. When all else fails, I'm able to keep it together knowing I was able to put myself first when I woke up. I'm glad that my fitness is my discipline, which equals my freedom. Aaron. And this is a great fucking post. I love it. Discipline, doing the things that need to be done regardless of how you feel. Absolutely essential. Thank you for sharing. The best time to work out. Cody responds and says, going to be starting to work out at 3:30 a.m. before work, so when I get home at 5, I get to spend the rest of the day with my family. Otherwise, I get home, go to the gym, and don't finish until 7 or so, and then get no time with my family before I have to go to bed for work. And I think that's great. A lot of people will find that a tough schedule to get used to, but I think Cody's going to really enjoy it, and it's going to revolutionize, so to speak, his time with his family. Because no one's up. Your family's not up at 3:30. And to be a man and to take care of your family, you have to do the hard shit. And rather than take away from your family and your family time in the evening, get up, get it done. You'll feel great for yourself. You'll feel so great. And what's amazing about working out at 3:30 or 4, I've done it myself. I don't do it currently, but when it's noon or 11 o'clock, you'll almost forget that you worked out. You're like, oh my God, it almost feels like it was yesterday. In the evening, oh yeah, I did work out today. It just gets done, and you prioritize yourself first. You put yourself first, and you don't put your family second. You're putting both first. When you're training and you're taking care of yourself, you're putting both first. Isn't that a great way to think about it? This is why when people say, I'm taking away time from my family, I need to spend more time with my wife, my kids, I get that for sure. But understand that lifting and investing in your health is giving you more time with your wife and your kids, or your husband and your kids, whatever it is. Taking care of yourself is going to make you healthier so you can do whatever you want. Even if you don't have kids, it's going to give you more time and more energy to do all the things that you enjoy. More years, more months, more decades, perhaps. So getting up at 3:30 a.m., Cody gets to come home at 5 and doesn't have to worry about gearing back up or saying hi to the kids and this, like, hey, but dad's got to go work out. And then, then you got to pull away again. Oh, you just got home. Your kids are going to be really excited to see you and you want to see them, but then you have to unplug again. I'm going to go work out now. And then 7 o'clock, it's after dinner, whatever. Kids are going to get ready for bed soon. It's almost over, and you have to get to sleep if you have to get up early. If you're working out at 3:30 a.m., obviously you got to go to work at 5 or 5:30 or 6 or something like that. So it's better to get home at 5, spend 2, 3, 4 hours than you're able 3:30. That's early as fuck. So to get that sleep, you need to be going to sleep at 8 or 9 o'clock, but then you get a few hours at home. That's solid, right? That's solid. So think about that. Your kids are not up at 3:30. Your kids are not up at 4 o'clock. They shouldn't be. They're not up and wanting your attention. Everyone's lights out. So you get up, crack of ass, get your shit done. You get home at 5, and then daddy's home. You get 2 or 3 hours eating dinner, spending time reading to your kids, playing. That's great. It's much better. Because if you don't train first thing, then you lose because you lose out on seeing your kids at all during the day. They lose out on you. You get up early. Everyone wins. All right? Everyone wins. So that's really important. That's really important. That's some mature shit right there. Good for you. Okay, let's get into some knowledge cock. Who's ready, Beaches?
Look at her. She looks like she's 19 years
Gross.
old. Sitting there like a little lady in a race car.
Okay, that's gross. That was nasty. That was nasty, Grandpa Joe. There's the Tainty Man. He's half off the screen. And you can't really see her, but yes, drum roll. We got the goat. The goat's there. She's like half off her. She's half off there too. So we got a little Papa Swolio in the mix too as well. There's her ear. So we got the whole crew. We got the whole gang. And Pinkston's over here as well, sleeping. There's a little Pinkston girl. All right. So we're all here. Hashtag most people don't for a chance to win today's Swole card. Thanks for being here. Let's get this sidebar back up. We're into some knowledge guide. Got questions? I probably have an answer. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole. By the way, we have 20% off all new releases like Deadlift and Swoleverine. Check them all out over at papaswolio.com. 20% off all new releases. So go and check out all the new merch. First one. Oh, yeah.
What's in the box?
That wasn't bad. Ooh.
And that's the way, I like it.
Casey and the Sunshine Band. All right. I Shaq Jamil. How can I grow a beard? By not shaving.
Matt Damon.
Don't shave. Eat healthy. Take care of yourself. Obviously, nutrition's important and sleep, and some people just genetically will be able to grow a beard better than others, but really starts with the nutrition for sure. Stop shaving. Alexa Seta. Papa Swolio, is DOMS important? That's delayed onset muscle soreness. I don't get it anymore, even when progressive overloading. Well, no, it's actually not. So good for you. Congratulations, Alexa. This is a great point. We always talk about intensity and volume and progressive overloading. That's the goal. So right there, Alexa answered her own question. Even when I don't get it, even when I progressively overload. Bingo. You just nailed it. If you are able to progressively overload, you are building muscle, you're getting stronger, you're doing it right. So no, delayed onset muscle soreness is not important. Now, here's the thing. If you train closer to failure, if you increased your volume, if you do new exercise, if you progressively overload, if you adjust the exercise sequence, the priority of training, there are a lot of ways where you can tweak your current program and maybe get sore. So for example, I rotate through a few different exercises. So I do upper, lower, upper, lower. Every time I do my upper body workout, I do a different upper body workout, but the movement patterns are very similar. So I do it for a little bit of psychological excitement. Sometimes I'll do my incline Smith machine. Other times I'll do a flat pressing machine. Other times I'll do another incline machine that I have. Sometimes I'll do a different chest machine that I have. So I kind of mix between different, but there's similar movement patterns. So it's not like, oh my God, I'm going from this and then I'm doing bands or I'm doing some kettlebell pressing or I'm doing some weird movement. I'm doing the same kind of chest press movement, whether it's incline or flat. So even though they're different machines and maybe the strength or the force, the strength curve of the machine might be slightly different, because I'm doing a press, and pretty much a press is a press is a press for the most part, I'm not going to feel sore every time. Every time, even if I do a different machine, it's not like a new shocking movement. An incline press and a flat press, it's not that drastically different. But I'll usually feel it, but I'm not crazy sore. Now, I don't really want to be crazy sore. And the reason why I don't want to be crazy sore, it's because that's going to inhibit my ability to train with the frequency in which I train. So if I get crazy sore, it's because if I threw in a new exercise that I haven't done in a while, and because I was just saying that I do cycle through a few different movements, but I cycle through them on a regular basis. So I'm doing the same movement at least once every week and a half, 2 weeks. So it's frequently enough that it's not a shockingly new thing. But if I did do a shockingly new movement that I haven't done in a long time, I'm not going to go as close to failure. I'm not going to do 3 sets of it. I'll do 2 sets, but I'm also going to leave probably a rep or 2 in the tank. That way I don't get as fatigued because I don't want to cause as much muscle damage, so to speak, because of the new movement pattern. So those are ways that you can adjust to avoid crazy delay, crazy muscle soreness. Soreness is not a proxy for building muscle. Now, being sore is also a good sign if you're sore in the muscle that you're trying to target, because if you're sore in your chest, that's good in a sense, because if you're doing an exercise and you want to target your pectoralis major, if you're sore in your pectoralis major, or you're trying to hit your clavicular pec and you're really sore up here in your clavicular pec, that's a good sign. Hey, I did this exercise to target that muscle and I really felt it. However, being sore doesn't mean you're building muscle. So if you're consistent with that movement over time, you're not going to be as sore because it's not a shocking new movement anymore, right? That soreness that you got from the first time you did an exercise isn't going to stay the same. Now, you might feel tight for a day or so because you did progressively overload. You did an extra rep or you did an extra 5 pounds, but the same movement pattern, your muscles get more used to it, so to speak. So that same soreness is not going to occur. Now, for me, if I always do 2 sets of a certain incline chest press machine, I might be really I really felt it the first time I ever do it, kind of goes away and I just feel tight a little bit because I am progressively overloading. Now, if one day I'm like, I'm going to be an asshole and just do 10 sets way past just exhausting myself, I'm going to be so fucking sore there. But obviously I'm creating a lot of fatigue, doing a lot of junk volume. So that soreness doesn't mean I'm going to get bigger because I did that. It's just going to take me longer to recover. And I just kind of wasted a lot of energy and did a lot of damage that wasn't necessary. So it's important as a proxy. It's a good idea it's good when you have it to a sense, because you targeted the muscle you needed to, but it's not required for muscle growth. So over time, you shouldn't be getting it. And if you're progressively overloading, it means you're still providing a growth stimulus and you're making progress. So it's normal to feel that more at the beginning of a protocol. But if you're chronically sore all the time and you're like really sore every time you train, honestly, if you are sore, like fucking crippled sore every time you train, you're doing something wrong. You shouldn't be like that every time. It should decrease over time, especially if you're consistent with certain movements. Doesn't mean you're not going to feel it for a day or two, or like, ooh, I still kind of feel a little bit. But for me, if I'm training the same body part on Monday and Friday, it's okay if I feel it on Tuesday. It's okay if I'm like, oh yeah, I feel a little bit on Wednesday. But Thursday, Friday, I better be feeling great because I'm going to crush it again on Friday. I need to be 100%. So I want to create that stimulus, but also minimize the fatigue so I can repair quickly. And going heavier, doing less reps and creating less fatigue is better for recovery. So I went deeper on that, but that's a great question based on what we talk about a lot. Leif Og Kintubasen. That's a name I can say over and over again. How do I kill my devil who loves sugar? Hopefully your devil isn't another person because you don't want to kill someone. I have tried, but the bastard always wins using dirty tricks. Set better habits. Set better habits. Remove yourself from situations. Get that garbage out of your environment. If you're addicted to sugar, it's probably because your nutrition sucks, your sleep sucks, your hydration sucks. There's a lot of factors, to be honest, but usually people aren't eating enough quality proteins and healthy fats from animal sources. They're not getting good sleep. They're not hydrating enough with electrolytes. Those are the common sources of compulsion for eating sugar. Sleep, hydration with electrolytes, and proper nutrition. And then, of course, if you keep this shit in your environment, these addictions will still die hard. So you have to literally, you can't spend time with people, can't bring this in your house. Treat it like you're an alcoholic. You can't have it around you. Allison Cal on Rumblay. Papa Swole, I have minor scoliosis in my spine, but it makes my shoulders somewhat uneven. Do you think placement of the barbell for back squats should be modified to sit lower on my back/shoulders? Yoga, and there's a lot of great yoga and mobility movements that can improve and, your individual situation, side bending, all sorts of things. T-spine is thoracic spine, by the way. And personally, you're probably better off doing another movement, using a Smith machine or using a hack squat. I don't personally do free barbell squats. I haven't done them in a while, and I'm making more gains. I feel great. So you're probably better off trying a different modality for training your legs, because back squats certainly aren't required for hypertrophy. And you might find yourself in a better position and you don't have to worry about that. Just some thoughts. There's different placements for barbell, but putting them lower on your back is going to really hit more lower back and glutes in terms of your squat. In my opinion, doing a squat should be more high bar, heels up or heels elevated. That way you can get your knees over your toes and focus more on the quads. You might also like unilaterally loaded Bulgarian split squats because then you don't have to worry about back loading. So there's a lot of different ways to hit the legs effectively. And you can use wrist wraps, so you don't have to have your grip as a limiting factor. Danny, any pros or cons with hard-boiled eggs, ... minus gas? If you're getting gas, then you're having inflammation. Then your body is not digesting it well. So everyone's going to be different with how they like to eat their eggs. So if you're getting a lot of gas, that's not good. That's not a good sign. So in my opinion, eggs should be, if you're going to cook your eggs, it's sunny side up. It's over easy. You really don't want to overheat and destroy the yolks. I feel like that completely defeats the purpose. It's very similar to pasteurizing milk. So lightly. They taste good though. They taste good. I'm not saying if you have them, oh my God, you're not getting nutrition. You ruined it. You know, I'm just saying it just makes sense when you add energy to a system. And just with eggs, I think it's better to lightly, just like a steak. You don't want to cook it well done. That's destroying the steak. G Luna 02, Papa Solio, how much time should I wait between protein shake and dinner? Thanks for motivating me to go to the fucking gym. Well, I don't know. When do you work out? You shouldn't be just having a protein shake before dinner. What time are you training? You don't need a protein shake. You don't need a protein shake right after you lift. You can work out and then go have a meal. You don't have to have a liquid. You just need more. You just need enough protein overall. There's no anabolic window where you have to consume immediately after post-workout. You might feel good having some carbs and some protein right after, but you don't have to have, there's no anabolic window. So you can work out at 4 and then go home and eat a meal. Some people just don't like to eat food because their sympathetic nervous system, it'll just feel a little bit uncomfortable. Some people just don't like to eat solid food immediately after exercise. They like to wait half an hour, which is totally normal. So you don't need a shake in there. You could just eat a bigger meal or just have less of a shake, and it depends on what you're having with that. So there you go. Really depends on when you're working out. H Mudara, last chance for questions. Hashtag ask Papa Swole in the comments. Squat, bench, or deadlifts? All and neither. So you're asking me a stupid question, to be honest. What are you trying to accomplish? Like standard conventional deadlifts, I used to do them a lot. I don't do them anymore. But hip hinge movements are great. Doing good mornings, doing RDLs. I do 45-degree hypers with, 200, 250 pounds. So I do a lot of hip hinge movements, but you don't have to do anything any certain way. It really depends on what you're trying to accomplish and what you're focusing on. Squats are great. Doesn't have to be a barbell squat. And bench, chest pressing is great, but I don't do barbell benching. There's more effective ways to do it. Converging machine presses are better than dumbbells and barbells. It just is. People get an ego about like, oh, you need to put weight on a bar. And like, I don't do free bar benching anymore. And I've made much more progress and I feel it much more. It's safer. I can go harder. I can push closer to failure. It's just better. It's better. I can load up as much weight as I can. And then if I put it down. If I have a barbell, I need a spotter. I have to put up the racks. It's a pain in the ass if I hit the bars, then I have to get up and get out from under it and then unload the bar so I can lift it. It's a pain in the ass. Contris Morales, testosterone or clenbuterol? I don't know anything about them, but I just know they're very different. So that's kind of a ridiculous question. Talk to your doctor. Tom, what does your yoga and mobility routine look like? I do it. Check out swolenormousx.com and try a yoga class and try a mobility class today. What does it look like? I do mobility all the time. I'm doing it throughout the day, and I do some on certain body parts days. I'm not going to go into the details of like literally the things that I do, but you could do mobility on a regular basis. You could do it micro mobility throughout the day at the end for accessory movements. You could do yoga classes. There's a lot of different options. Okay. Any other questions? 1, 2, 3, balls deep. All right.
That's deep.
Don't underestimate the power of just like getting down into a deep squat during the day. Like I'll just like a cement ledge. I'll just have my heels on it and just kind of sit down, nice upright squat, and just sit there. It's more comfortable for me to squat than to stand. I'll just get in that deep squat. Just do more of it more often is really what's really important. All right, balls deep. Balls deep. Let's see. Pick a number 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. Having an issue. They're not loading up. Okay, let's see here. Loretta Bandit. Number 2, nice because fat. Nice?
What's in the box?
Nice because fat. What does that even mean?
Okay, is there a pipeline of people who grew up fat and are still fat that are like known to the people around them, like friends and people you just meet as like very, very friendly? Or like they're so nice, they can get along with everybody. She's a people person. She's super talkative. Yes, I'm referring to myself because you grew up
you're annoying.
having to be the nice person because it was easier to be nice than it was to be fat. And most people aren't going to be mean to somebody who's being extremely nice to them. So it was almost like my defense mechanism was to be extra nice so that somebody couldn't be mean intentionally.
I hate when people talk and they always talk like this. And at the end, it goes up. So you defend, so you can't be mean intentionally. So it was mean. It's a defense mechanism. I hate that up talk, that up speak. It sounds like you're in fucking Clueless. It's an awful way to talk.
You get older and you question if you actually are a nice person or if it's
God, it is so, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I cannot stand upspeak.
just so inherent in you to be nice because you don't want somebody to be mean to you.
Oh my God. Oh, it's not too niche. It's just fucking retarded. I hate it. Oh, I hate that stuff. It makes you sound like such a pussy. It's low self-esteem. It's because when you're asking a question, it's less confrontational. When you make a statement and you talk and you have an actual point, you're making a statement. I don't want to say it's more confrontational, but you're committing to what you just said. If you don't really commit to what you just said, then you're kind of just putting something out there, but you're almost asking a question. So you're kind of deferring the responsibility of what you're actually saying because you're kind of proposing it rather than making a statement. Michelle says, what if they uptalk and have the raspy voice too? Vocal fry? That's the worst. Is there a pipeline of people who grew up fat and are still fat? And people that wipe their bodies from back to front instead? That's the worst. Yeah, that's the worst. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. That was brutal.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
All right, let's go with dun 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 dun. Let's go with Allison Cal, number 1, Bad Doctor. Bad Doctor.
What's in the box?
Ew, your face.
Fat girls. If you're not a fat girl, move along. This is for my fat girls. This is the 3rd doctor in a row to tell me that I'm obnoxiously healthy.
Methinks you misheard what the doctor said. You're not obnoxiously healthy. You're obnoxious and you are morbidly obese. That's morbidly obese. That's what that is.
The 3rd doctor in a row to tell me that I'm obnoxiously healthy.
By the way, the vast majority of doctors were forcing their patients essentially to get experimental gene therapy. So the next time that I trust a doctor to tell me what and what is not healthy, yeah, never. Doctors do not know how to get you healthy. They do not know how to be healthy. Most doctors are not healthy. They know nothing about actual health. Period. They don't. They just don't. That's just a brutal truth that people need to realize. They know nothing about health. They really don't. They don't. They have lots of prescriptions for symptoms, but they do not know how to allow the body to heal itself and to fundamentally allow the body, because that's what the body does. The body actually heals itself, but you have to change the environment that the body is in so it can heal itself. That's how the body works. If you're getting a rash, well, it's probably because of something you ate or something you touched or something you're around. You should remove that from your life, then the rash goes away. Stuff like that. Okay? I'm not saying there aren't places and applications for the medical industry. I'm not saying that, but come on now, we know. But not for health. Not for health. Absolutely not. And this is the double speak, right? This is that Orwellian shit. We call it healthcare. That's the big fucking grift because it's absolutely the opposite, right? It's the Ministry of Health. That's what it is.
Obnoxiously healthy for a fat girl, like literally just obnoxiously healthy. I started going to the doctor consistently 2 years ago because I was trying to solve a problem that didn't need to be solved.
Pause. I'm going to play that again. That's a soundboard.
Doctor consistently 2 years ago because I started going to the doctor consistently 2 years ago. I started going to the doctor consistently 2 years ago because
if you're going to the doctor consistently, you have major fucking problems on multiple fronts. Okay. If you're healthy, there's no need to be going to the doctor even rarely. Okay.
I was trying to solve a problem that didn't need to be solved. I was like, why am I fat? Why do I work out and I'm still fat? Like, I don't get it. Like, what's wrong with me? I must be unhealthy. So I pressed my doctor. I said, I do the Stairmaster 5 times a week. I weight lift. I work out like crazy. I eat okay.
You eat okay. All right. You go in the Stairmaster, so you're exhausting yourself. She's probably on birth control, tons of estrogen, because forget all the environmental toxins she's around. I lift weights. Guarantee she doesn't lift weights heavy. She probably does 5-pound fucking dance classes, and she eats okay. When people tell me that they eat healthy, they usually eat like shit. When someone tells me they eat okay, they eat like garbage. Okay? Every single time someone tells me they eat healthy and I ask them what they eat, I cringe. And that's me. I'm not saying I have high standards, but I know what foods can cause inflammation, what causes people problems. If you tell me you eat healthy, I eat really clean, I eat really healthy, it's usually not that great. If you tell me you eat okay, yeah, it's probably literal fucking garbage. Literal trash. So there you go right there.
Why don't I look like it? So then they did a test and then they found out that my testosterone levels are a little bit higher than normal. And the crazy thing is that my testosterone levels have probably been higher than normal my whole life, or since puberty, because I've been fat since puberty. I lost 70 pounds once and I was on birth control and I didn't correlate like, oh, like you have a hormonal imbalance. That's why you lost 70 pounds when you're on birth control. So I've been to
You lost 70 pounds while you're on birth control?
3 doctors and they have all stated that I'm very, very healthy. My blood work came back and they were like, your liver's good. Your kidneys are good. Everything's so good.
A lot of these tests that doctors run don't actually test what is important to be tested. You need to really do independent tests and get actual like massive blood panels. Like usually the standard ones that are covered by insurance don't break down the aspects of, you know, what's actually important. And you can do this yourself. You can get a blood panel and go to like one of those testing centers. They draw the blood, send it away, and then you get it analyzed. So you can do this yourself. Okay, anyway. And by the way, any of these like normal range or good range, you know, think about what these like insurance companies and think about what the average person is and what range. Like, I don't want really to have anything to do with any of these fucking people. And I'm not talking about black people. I'm talking about stupid people in the medical system. I want to step aside the medical system and look at my blood work objectively based on the paradigm that is my life. Because so if I go, and I'm not saying, you know, I'm all high and mighty, but I am not the average person. I don't do what the average person does. My lifestyle is not what the average person. So comparing my shit to all these other numbers is ridiculous. And if you don't know when you get your blood work done is very important. For example, if you train hard and you lift weights like me, if you get your blood work done the same day you lift weights or the day after, like a heavy hard workout, you're going to see different numbers and your testosterone might be really low and you're going to see different things than at other times. Because yeah, exactly what Matt says, blood work is a snapshot. It's literally a moment in time at that moment, Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. It's not Tuesday at 2 p.m. It's not Wednesday at 4:30 a.m. So it's important to look at these trends over time and compare them in context, right? And the problem is when you have doctors, they're just comparing it to a number. It's like, oh, this is 14. It's between 10 and 20. That's good. Oh, it's between this range. That's good. Oh, this is a little high. We're going to put you on a statin. That's all they look at. They're not asking you about your nutrition. They're not asking you about your sleep habits. They're not asking you about estrogenics and endocrine and hormone disruptors in your environment. They're not asking you about your washing and laundry detergent. They're not asking you about the Glade plugins that you fucking use. They're not asking you about your Wi-Fi router that's under your bed. Okay.
Because you're fat doesn't mean you're lazy and unhealthy. That's not what that means. And of course, I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing, which is working out consistently, eating healthy-ish, and moving forward with my life. There's no...
Okay. This video is this is a textbook. This is a masterclass in wokeness. This is a masterclass in being just stupid. Listen to this again.
That means. And of course, I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing, which is working out consistently, eating healthy-ish, working out consistently, eating healthy-ish, working out consistently, eating healthy-ish.
So she went from eating okay, and now she's eating healthy-ish. Can you imagine the amount of shit this woman eats? That's why you're fat. You don't lift properly. I guarantee you're not lifting too much. You're not lifting heavy enough. You're not lifting heavy enough. You're not building any muscle because you're morbidly obese. You have lots of estrogens and estrogenics in your environment. You probably sleep like shit. You're just eating garbage. You're doing way too much cardio. You're just exhausting yourself. This is why you're fat. So you're eating healthy-ish. In other words, you eat garbage. She's eating fast food all the time. She's eating tons of shit and wondering why she's fat. Give me a fucking break.
Moving forward with my life, there's no point of me changing or making all these changes to fit into beauty societal standards. If a man says that they want a healthy woman, then they want me, period.
Ooh, god damn it, they fucking don't. If you want to have a threesome, you can get with this chick because she's like 2 humans. Okay. All right.
We choose truth over facts.
Jesus Christ. Look, and to be honest, she'd be pretty if she wasn't morbidly obese. I will say she has a nice smile and she does seem like, she upbeat personality, but it's like delusional happy, right? It's like delusional upbeat. It's like forced. Look at me, I feel great the way I am. It's like you're trying to convince yourself that you feel good. You're trying to convince yourself that you're heavy, that you're healthy. You're definitely heavy. Come on, healthy-ish. And I'm telling you, every time, how many times do we talk and someone tells me that they're eating pretty clean and healthy, and then they list out what they eat? I eat pretty healthy. Here's what I eat. And I'm here on the podcast like, what? What are you eating? That's not even close. Anytime someone tells me they eat clean, it's usually not good. Anytime someone tells me they eat healthy, it's usually not really healthy, or they eat pretty healthy. Anytime it's like either if it's healthy or clean, I eat healthy. It's usually not good. And if someone says that they eat pretty healthy, it's really not good. And if someone tells me they eat okay, it's garbage. If someone tells me they eat healthy-ish, it's garbage. All right. Oh, no. Oh, no. 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 No.
The attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
No. We can't possibly. Oh, my goodness. All right, I want you guys to tell me if this is true. We're going to watch this in a second, but before we do, I want you to see this this briefing from the White House. Karine Jean-Pierre is telling you, I want you guys to let me know in the comments. All right, let me know if this is true. All right, the White House spokesperson says your grocery prices have come down over the past year. Okay, I want you guys to tell me if this is correct. All right, you tell me if this is true. Oopsies. You tell me if this is true. Let me back up a little bit. God, I can't. Hearing her talk is.
Now, to be clear, we have seen grocery prices come down over the past year or more, and so that is important. And a lot of that is the work that's been done from this administration. Now, to be clear, we have seen grocery prices come down.
Our grocery they're coming down, right? I have not seen any prices come down. Now, I buy specific foods. I buy ribeyes. I mean, people buy fancy cars, all that stuff. I invest in food. I buy a lot of like meat and stuff. That shit has gone up tremendously, like 30, 40%. Absolutely false. I can't. Now, I will say, yeah, she is the worst, but I will say that she has her work cut out for her because she's a liar, but that's because the entire Democratic machine is a fucking lie. You know, Biden's a liar, Kamala Harris, they're all fucking liars. And a lot of politicians, yeah, they're not accurate in their speech, but the Democratic machine is literally Orwellian. They just say the opposite. It's just so grotesque. And it's unfortunate. I mean, talk about the worst. She's an idiot, but talk about the hardest fucking job. You have to pretend like the Biden administration is doing well. I'm just saying, think about that. I'm not saying she deserves your sympathy, but I'm just saying, think about if that was you. You had to sit up there and you had to take questions and pretend like Biden was doing a good job. Think about like you're going to work and I have to just, how am I going to fucking flip this? How am I going to pretend like this is a good thing? That's pretty hard. So a lot of you probably have heard about the shooting yesterday. And of course, just in time for the election, everyone's going to be trying to ban guns again because guns are the problem. Guns are brand new, by the way. Did you know that guns are brand new? No one's ever had guns before. And all of a sudden, guns are just walking into schools shooting people. Okay. So it's not the guns that are killing people. And this is true. I have guns. They've never killed anyone. Why is that? Because I'm a responsible person that's not poisoning themselves. I'm not mentally insane. So I just did a little bit of a tweetsy. I said guns aren't the problem. Nutrition, pharmaceutical drugs, social media, lack of exercise, lack of sunlight, and poor education, aka indoctrination, are. And that's just a short list. How many of you have guns and have never killed someone? How many of you have guns and have never gone into a school and shot it up? That's what's happening. Okay? That's what's going on. It's not the fucking guns. It's just not the guns. And the guns are very important because if we don't have guns, then we don't have freedom of speech. We barely have freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is actually on the line. But the reason why we have the First and Second Amendment is because the Second Amendment protects the First. Freedom of speech is essential for a free society. How do you protect that? You need to have firepower to defend against a tyrannical government. The problem with our situation today is that the government has such outsized strength. You know, you go back 100, 200 years, in the United States, the army. Okay, so let's say we go back to, think about this. You go back to the American Revolution, right? You go back to the American Revolution, and yeah, the British and people had cannons and stuff like that, but for all intents and purposes, you pretty much had the same weapons as the opposing forces, as the government. You had muskets, you had cannons, like people, both sides had that shit. You know? So there wasn't that disparity that we have now. Now you have like no average person has a nuclear warhead. None of us have, F-15s. Can you imagine just having an F-15 in your backyard? I mean, no one even has cannons, but most people don't have grenade launchers and rocket launchers and SAM sites and shit like that. Tesla coils. So, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of guns, and it's decentralized. But anyway, that's why the Second Amendment is so important. And this is why the left continuously tries to take away your guns. So again, let me clarify. The left is not anti-gun. They're anti you having a gun. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. Okay. The left is not against guns. They just don't want you to have guns. So understand that's why the Second Amendment is so important. And that's why you need to fight it too. They're like, we need to ban assault weapons, assault rifles. It's just vague speak. They use these terms to scare people so they can take more ground. They can take more of your freedoms away. Someone said about Peter Ducey asking about Kamala's accent. I wasn't going to play that, but because you mentioned the chat, I'll scroll back because I posted that 3 days ago. So I said, Karine Jean-Pierre has to deflect because he's right. The internet exists. You can't hide the lies and inauthenticity. So what I find detestable about this clip, I love Peter Ducey's the GOAT. He's the only one that like will ask a question and he's not afraid to be like, what the fuck is this shit, essentially? But he asks it so, what would you call it? In such a milquetoast way that it's just funny. But what should I call it? The condescending nature of the way she talks is gross. She talks like they talk like you don't have eyes and ears. This shit pisses me off. You can see and you can hear. The internet fucking exists. That's why the left is losing. That's why they're losing control. That's why more and more people are quote unquote defecting to the Unity Party, which is Trump, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK, JD Vance, Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, all these people that are actually trying to prevent or protect free speech. It's essential. It's literally essential. There's a lot on the line in this election. It's much more serious than most people want to admit because then they actually have to take responsibility and really understand what's at stake. It's very important, but the condescending nature is insane. I can see, I can hear, I have eyes and ears, and I know what I see and hear. I know what I see and hear, and you cannot tell me that it's pandering. And I see people on X saying, well, it's code switching. When you talk around black people, you're going to talk differently. Or, if I go to the South, I'm not just going to start talking like this just because I go down to Georgia. I'm just going to start talking like this because I'm talking around these people. So I want you all to be able to understand me. You know what I'm saying? I want you to understand me. Come on now. I don't talk like that. Sound like a fucking idiot. Just speak. Talk to humans. They can understand you. It's English. Now, you might talk more openly around your friends and have a joke, but to change your accent and change everything, that's just inauthentic. It's condescending. And the Democrats have always talked down to black people. They think black people are stupid. They think poor people are stupid. That's why they talk slower and louder. And this is why people like Kathy Hochul says, black kids don't know what a computer is. Like it's fucking Zoolander. In the computer. Right? It's just the same shit.
Wow.
So anyway, and this is why the left, the overtake of the Democratic Party, they are the racists. That's why everything is about race. Everything is about black and white and Asian, Hispanic. It's all about race. They're obsessed with race. They are the racists. They are the racist party. It just is. And anything the Democrats blame you for, they're doing themselves. It's the ultimate hypocrisy. And again, if you haven't read 1984, go read it again. The Ministry of Love is where they torture people. The Ministry of Truth is where they memory hold everything. That's the mainstream propaganda media, right? The Ministry of Peace is where they waged war. It's the exact opposite of what they're saying they're doing. Okay. So if I hear Kamala Harris, she talking about the union members, you better thank a union member. That's not how she talks. That's just not how someone speaks. It's not how she speaks. So it's a valid, I'm going to play it in a second. I'm just ranting. It's a valid question. Hey, how come when she's talking to this audience, she sounds completely different? She's speaking in a completely different way. That's an interesting thing to happen, isn't it? Trump doesn't talk differently to different people. Trump doesn't go down to South and he's like, y'all gonna vote for me? We're gonna make America great again. MAGA, baby. He doesn't talk like that. He just talks like him. He doesn't pander. He's not condescending. He doesn't have to talk slow because the stupid black people don't understand. But that's what the Democrats do. They're racists. I'm not saying every Democrat is racist. Maybe your father or mother who is still stuck in the matrix isn't a racist, but they're kind of going along with it. So it's that passive acceptance of it. That is the party of racism. That is the party of race baiting now. So you got to tell people around you, it's not 1970s Democrat. It's not 1980s or 1960s Democrat. This is 2024, almost 2025. It ain't what it used to be. It ain't what your grandparents used to vote for. This isn't what it used to be. Okay? It's a different thing now. Aaron says, as a black man, it's actually really insulting when people try to talk down just because people think that I don't know what's going on or that I need to be pitied. I've had that happen, especially with people who call themselves Democrats or liberals. Like, come on. It's got to be so insulting. Aaron's in fucking medical school and he writes poetry, but like I can understand you. Dude, it's not, you're not speaking you're not speaking Chinese. I understand. It's just, it's ignorant. It's ignorant. All right. Aaron's our token black reporter on the ground. Aaron's on the ground. Aaron's on the ground reporting from America. What's it like over there, Aaron? Give us the updates. All right. Rita lady says, nice try, Karine. It's been cheaper for us to buy a quarter of a cow from local farmers. Well, good for you. Good for you. Aaron says, oh, for fuck's sake. Rita says, yes, Kamala, we all prepare collard greens in a bathtub. That's right. Didn't she say that? Oh, isn't that what Kamala said? That's right. That's what Kamala said. Okay. Anyway, let me play this. I just think it's funny that Pierre Ducey's actually, because then she's like, are we really talking about this? I can't believe you. If look, Hillary Clinton, I'm going to keep going. Hillary Clinton did this. Remember Hillary Clinton? I don't know if anyone can, I don't want to look it up. Remember Hillary Clinton goes, I ain't in no ways tired. Do you remember when she said that? Maybe I'll look it up in a second. But that was what? When did Hillary Clinton say that? It was like 2008 or something. Look, we had the internet, but come on, 2008 internet, that was like, Instagram wasn't even around yet, I don't think. It was YouTube. It was Twitter, like just launched. I think Instagram was more like 2011 or something like that. Vine was around soon or after that. It was a little bit early, right? So if you weren't, most people didn't really see that or didn't understand that. You can get away with shit back then more. Even though it was on TV, but most people wouldn't see that stuff. Now, everyone sees it right away. So this is what I think the old guard, think about that. How well do your parents and your grandparents know the internet? We all know that shit happens right away. We're up to date. We get it the instant it happens. You're on X, boom, right away. I don't think people realize how exposed every video is. Okay, let's play this. Good rant.
A different topic. Since when does the vice president have what sounds like a southern accent?
Better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
what a liar.
I mean, this is...
She was talking about unions in Detroit using one tone of voice.
Is this something that you
think...
Same
line...
Okay, Peter,
that she used the same line in Pittsburgh, and it sounded like she at least had some kind of a southern drawl.
I mean, do you hear the question that you're... I mean, do you think Americans seriously think that this is an important question? They
yes.
Care, you know what they care about?
They're
liars. They care about the economy. They care about lowering costs. They care about health care.
And you're doing none of that.
That's what Americans care about.
And you're destroying the country.
That's what they want to hear.
This is something...
They care about, your colleague just asked me about, basically we talked about, went back and forth about democracy and freedom.
Ooh, democracy.
That's what they care about. I'm not even going to entertain.
Oh, we gotta protect our democracy. Save our democracy. Oh, that's right. We were just having a conversation about democracy. Oh, what you guys are destroying. You know, we're a republic, by the way. Constitutional republic. We're not a democracy. Thank God we're not a fucking democracy. All right.
Some question about the it's just hearing it sounds so ridiculous.
Well, but
I agree. Don't we all agree? Hearing it sounds ridiculous. That's why he's asking a question. How come the vice president is so inauthentic and so space-headed and just ridiculous? How come you're changing your accent and pandering to people? Why is she such a liar? That's a good question.
It's just hearing it sounds so ridiculous.
Well, but hearing it is...
The question, I'm talking about the questions is just insane.
Is that how she talks in meetings here?
I'm just Peter. We're moving on. We're still moving on.
God, she's such a bitch. The end is hysterical. He doesn't stop. He goes, "Is that how she talks in meetings?" He just keeps on going like he doesn't give a fuck. I want to play that part again. Look at his face. It's so funny. Oh God, it's so funny.
Ridiculous.
Well, but hearing it.
Look at me laughing.
Is
the question I'm talking about? The question is just insane.
Is that how she talks?
Look at his face.
In meetings here?
I'm just Peter. We're moving on. We're still moving on.
A different topic.
I love how he doesn't stop. He keeps on going like, is that how she talks in meetings? Like, I think it's a valid question, don't you think? Don't you think it's valid? Why has she always talked like this? Is that like, why is her voice changing? Why does she sound completely different? What's going on with that? I think it's a valid question. How come she sounds completely different? I'm just curious. She sounds like a completely different person. When she's talking about thanking a union member. Okay. Can we do this Hillary Clinton accent? Oh yeah. I ain't in no ways tired. We got this one? Hold on. This is probably it.
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far.
I don't feel no ways tired. And no one told me it'd be easy. Brothers and sisters of the congregation, we are gathered here today to praise Jesus and Senator Hillary Clinton for president. I say amen, brothers and sisters. Jesus Christ. Just talk. Just talk. Like, you're not, you know what this kind of is? I think it's also part of being in politics, but it's also, you ever hear like local news or regional news when they do those spots or like 60 Minutes? It's really cringe. That kind of, what do you call that? Transatlantic? It's like a transatlantic accent or cadence or something like that. Last week on the highway, 40-car pileup occurred. Like, it's a weird pacing. She sounds like Foghorn Leghorn. I say, son, come on here and sit on my lap for a moment. Come here, son. Let me tell you a story. It's just fucking. Let's see what this one is. I don't remember this one.
Let us not mistake what our mission must be.
That's a weird audio. Hold on. Does she feel in no ways tired? I want to see if she feels in no ways tired.
For being here. Bishop, thank you for being here and presiding over this. Reverend Strong, you have been a wonderful host. Thank you so much for opening once more Brown Chapel. To all the clergy, all the elders and deacons, and everyone associated with this church.
Is she going to tip into it?
It is a great honor to be back among you, especially at this moment that is fraught with peril for our country. And Reverend Green, when those bones get up, and when that spirit is breathed into them, Jesus. And they start climbing out of that valley, the first place they go is to register to vote.
You kind of hear it. She's just so bad at it. It almost doesn't even sound like an accent. It's just like she's just bad. She's just a bad fucking person. So it's barely even you can barely even tell the accent. But you can tell she's trying, which makes it even worse.
I am so grateful to be here with...
God, it's so bad. I'm so grateful to be here. It's like, you got to say, I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you, Reverend, for... Like, she can't even do the accent.
A long time friend of mine, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, who forged so many of the trails that...
Okay. punch me in the dick. Where is she originally from? Where is she? Where is she from? That's a good question. Chicago. It says she was born in Chicago. That makes sense. That's what Britannica says. Born Chicago in 1947. Because I just Googled her, now I'm on the list. So I am not suicidal, by the way. I am not. I'm not suicidal.
Wait, your bigger stickers? Here's of this.
My steak is going to be laced with anthrax or some shit, so don't do it. Sorry, Papa, for asking that. Yeah, it's your fault. It's all right. I'll take one. Oh, my God. Chocolate Design says, if Trump was speaking... Oh, my God. Can you imagine? If Trump was speaking with a Spanish accent when he was speaking with Hispanic communities, they would cook him. The rules for thee and not for me. Can you imagine if Trump went and like spoke with like a Cholo accent? He was like, hey, yo, Holmes, we're going to build a wall so you guys are going to get more jobs and no one's going to take your jobs, everyone. Come on, we're going to make America great again, Holmes. He's a fucking chain. He's got like a fucking Lakers jersey on. Just because he talks like this, like, okay, Holmes, we're going to make America great again. We're going to build a wall. Know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Anyway, good knowing you, Papa. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate you. Maybe we'll be back tomorrow. Maybe not. Hopefully we'll be back for overtime. Are we done with that? Oh, no. I paused because I wanted to... That's why. I remember I started going into X because this is going to be worse. I remember I saw the video. I was like, no. Fam, you ready for this? How many of you have been watching the show for more than a couple years? How many of you remember? I'm just guessing. This video is called Wiping. This video is called Wiping. Wiping. Yeah, you heard me. Wiping. But first, Tainty Man. Aww. But first, Mr. Mustard. Hello, Tainty Boy. Hello, Tainty Boy. Hello, Bish. Hello, Bishy. Little Papa Swolio. The goat. Get you on camera a little bit. There's the goat. Hello, Goatsy. The goat herself and the Tainty Boy. Everyone loves a little goat and a little taint. Oh, there's Papa Swolio. Papa Swolio, you're a sexy beesh. Look at that sexy beesh. Look at that fucking sexy beesh. There she is. There's Papa Swolio and the Mustard Man. And let's see. We also have... Let's see. And there's Pinkston Churchill over here. All right, she's sleeping too. Everyone's ready for the wiping video. She looks so healthy. She's good. Papa Swolio is really good. She has like, we think she has, I mean, dogs get older. We think she has some sort of, I don't want to put it out there in the universe, but, she's starting to show signs of age. She's like 19 or 20 years old, for those that don't know. She just keeps on going. But, yeah, she's still hungry, still eating, still running around, and still doing good. She's looking good. Looking good. We shall keep her as long as she will have us and stick around. Anyway, all right. That's just more. I'm just trying to delay this. I'm just distracting. I'm going to remove the bottom bar. I'm just trying to push this off. I'm stalling. Everyone hit the like button right now because this is probably going to be the worst. Okay, it's called wiping.
So thankfully my size and my body does not really keep me from doing personal hygiene tasks. There's nothing wrong if you need assistance. There are medical devices that can be used to help you wipe, such as a little stick type thing where you attach the tissue or your wipe to it and you
Dodson! Dodson! We've got Dodson here!
Emotional damage.
or your wipe to it and you can reach around and wipe yourself. For me, just standing does the job. I feel like I can get everywhere, and that works for me. As far as showering, I have a shower chair that I can sit down on and then I can extend my limbs to make sure that I can get everywhere. They do have loofahs like on a stick and devices like that that you can use to help get everywhere if that's something you struggle with.
Those things are useful if you make sick fucking gains you can't reach in the middle of your back. So some of those things are not just... You don't have to be morbidly obese to use them. Okay.
I also sometimes shower with my partner who will get those hard to reach areas for me. So that's
Girl. I'm sorry, what?
What the fuck is that?
I'm sorry, what'd you say? What was it?
Shower with my partner who will get those hard to reach areas for me. So that's always an option if, if you have it available to you. But yeah, I don't really struggle in wiping or showering, but there are devices out there that can definitely help. Like I said, my shower chair, I absolutely love it. And it,
much respect to that chair.
It makes life a little easier. And who doesn't like sitting in the shower in the water? So.
Oh, Papa Goatees. I love you. Daddy give you pets. I love you. My goodness. Well, that was exciting. Oh, Lacey. Oh, that was grotesque. Wow. Lacey said, someone said, Lacey says, look, just by the way, this is not coming from me. These are the swole sluts. The swole sluts are savage. So I'm just sharing what the swole sluts are saying. Lacey says, how the fuck do you lose your face like that? Yeast infection in her chins. Yo. Yeah. Oof.
Inconceivable!
I feel like I need to just wash myself with isopropyl alcohol I need to cleanse. I need to cleanse. Yeah, how old do you think she is? Mark says she's probably 23 years old. She probably is. I don't want to investigate any further than that. I don't want to investigate at all. All right, anyway, you want to cop some epic merch, cover your nips with the best merch in the game. She can buy one of these and cover her face too, and all of her chins. Deadlift. We also have Swoleverine, 20% off new releases. All new releases, 20% off. 20% off. Check that out. Swoleverine, 20% off everything. Come on now. Don't you want some awesome merch? Deadlift and Swoleverine? Come on now. Let's check this out. Let's bring up some merch. All right, fam, we're going to give away the Swole card in a second. Just make sure you go on over and check out some of those awesome specials. Why is that? Oh, there we go. Okay, let me zoom in on here. There we go. Dun 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 dun. All right, so here are those new releases. We got Deadlift and Swoleverine. We got GTTFG. We have the Go to the Fucking Gym, Taylor Swift, Optimus Pump. We have loose crop tops, so that's not just I'm a barbell girl. It's every single design, but the new style of shirt, the loose crop tops. We have fitted crop tops, but we also have the loose ones. So Matt, if you're looking for that crop top, you can go 80s style. You might want to go tight. So get those. We're going to get some frayed jean shorts. We're going to get some jorts up there so we can all go 80s style crop tops and jorts and high socks. So we'll get those tube socks. We'll get the jorts. We got the crop tops already. Tote bags. Get the bull milk. Corner of Shut the Fuck Up and Go to the Fucking Gym. Big Bicep Theory, of course. All of our top bestsellers. Depth Vader, Swoleopoly, Forrest Pump, Teenage Mutant Lifting Turtles, Dora the Swole Explorer, Veil Puto Gimnasio, Back to the Fucking Gym. We got the Rick and Morty. We got the pumpkin head design. We got the Franken Swolio, Super Swole Bros, Gaindolf, You Shall Not Fast, Fuck Your Pumpkin Spice, Lats, Glutes, Biceps, Triceps, Quads. I'm a barbell girl, of course, to Go to the Fucking Gym. 20% off everything. It's no longer 20% off everything. It's 20% off new releases. There you go. Boom. I have to reload the page. But look at that. Look at that on the page. Look how excited I am. Look how excited I am. Aren't you excited? Look, I took this picture and I was like, look at this. I was like, deadlift and Swoleverine. I'm so excited. Look how excited I am. I'm so excited about 20% off new releases. I am very excited about that, and you should be too. Check it out. All right. Look at that. Look at that guy. Very excited about the releases. And I should be, because it's fucking awesome. Okay. Let's give away today's Swole card. And then tomorrow we have overtime, and we'll have a brand new Thriving Well-Gaining. Overtime starts tomorrow. Join the fam, SwoleNormousX.com. By the way, we are moving forward. We've redesigned yet again. We're still tweaking our app, and we're getting closer. As the days go on, it's getting closer. I don't have any exact dates. All I can tell you is that I told you the app would be ready later this summer, which means, well, the summer is a long time in Florida. October is the fucking summer. So it's moving forward. It's not going backwards. But as soon as it's ready, you'll know. In other words, we're making progress. It's just right now kind of treading water. So we're waiting for Apple. I know. Will it be out before 2025? I really do hope so. I will tell you where we are with everything. I'd be shocked and I'd be pissed. If it's, I would be actually, I wouldn't, I'd be beyond that. I'd be furious. But this is the point in the approval process where it's out of our control. This is Apple and Google and, who knows what the reasoning is. So this is the point where I've done, and the team has done everything that we can do. The developers are dealing with Apple and waiting for their approval. But this is the point where, designing the app was the longest part, but this is the kind where it could take 3 days, could take a week, could take 3 weeks. It's kind of, so this is not in my control right now. So that's the frustrating part. It sucks when it's not in, there's nothing I can do about it. But in the meantime, we're continuing to update the app and finish it. So when it does get approved, we're closer to actually making it live, which is better. So anyway, let's give away a Swole card, right? Most people don't. Hashtag most people don't. There's the Papa Swolio, and there's the Tainty Man. Again, one more. Look at her. Papa Swolio looks, Jesus Christ. Look at her eyes. She's sleeping. She looks like the girl in the beginning of Mission Impossible 3 after the neural disruptor went off in her head. Okay. That's a niche. That was a niche reference, but some of you are laughing. Okay, let's do this one. What are we doing? Falcon? Thank you. And can you bang Tessie, please, so we can actually... Yeah. Oh, we got a winner today. It is in our Telegram chat. It's Elizabeth. Most people don't.
Congratulations!
Hey, look at that. In our Telegram chat. All right, congratulations. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 30 in the subject. Your mailing address in the body of the email. That's 3044 in the subject. Your mailing address in the body of the email. And guess what? You're going to get today's Swole card. We're going to send it to you. And if you're lucky, maybe you'll get some Papa Swole. You're in some Tainty Man hair. By the way, it's everywhere. So it might not be intentional. There's just fucking hair everywhere. This dog is, I love him. He's amazing. He's so snuggly. He's so soft. He's such a good boy. But man, if this dude is not hairy as fuck, like just hair everywhere all the time. The mobile groomers come and show up. He comes inside and like shakes. I'm like, did they do anything? He sheds like crazy, but it's worth it. But there's just hair everywhere. I'll like snuggle him if I have no shirt on. And then I'm like, I look like a wildebeest because he's such a hairy boy. You're a hairy man, Tainty boy. You're a hairy man, Mr. Mustard. Rufus, wake up. Rufus, wake up. You want some beef? Oh, his eyes. Rufus. They know that when I'm doing the podcast, it's lights out. Even Papa Swole knows. She's just completely, no one cares while I'm sitting here. Right when the show ends and I take off the headphones and I raise the desk, they're all going to be up and running around and freaking out. It's just like they know exactly when the show's over. So whenever Daddy's yelling into the fucking mic, whenever Papa's raging, I'll say anything and like, yeah, just ignore him. Just ignore him. All right, fam. We'll see you tomorrow for the Friday Feftcast. Then we have overtime right after with a brand new Driving Ball game. Let's get America on the way out. Join the fam, SwoleNormousX.com. Links down below for all the details. Join the fam and merch. 20% off specials, papaswolio.com. Peace, McGee's, deuce, magoose, ya boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you laid. That's a bag that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant, on topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies.